Every parent has a ritual, a battle against fevers, a mother soothing a cough, a father waking in the night to check on a tiny breath. Medicines stand as silent guardians in our cupboards, each bottle a promise of care, not danger. But what happens when that promise is broken? What if comfort turns to catastrophe with a single spoonful? This isn't a distant story. It's real. It's here. And it could happen to anyone. In September 2025, a growing unease began to echo across Madhya Pradesh and Rajasthan. What started as a fever or a nagging cough morphed with frightful speed. Children previously chasing kites and calling for snacks, suddenly sapped of energy, fell limp in their mother's arms. As the hours passed, symptoms, innocuous at first, spiraled, vomiting, listlessness, confusion. Hospitals filled with worried parents, each clutching a bundle once filled with laughter, now frighteningly still. Emergency rooms overflowed, doctors traded anxious whispers. Something was terribly, inexplicably wrong. For these families, every minute stretched out, desperate for hope. Some children rallied, but for 12 families, no miracle came. In the space of days, futures were erased, leaving behind only questions, grief, and outrage. The shadow of uncertainty demanded answers. Doctors and public health officials began piecing the puzzle. What did these children share in common? The breakthrough came quickly. Each child had recently been given a cough syrup, prescribed by trusted physicians, filled at local pharmacies. With a sense of urgency, government teams swept clinics, shops, and medicine cabinets, gathering any bottle matching the badge. In fluorescent-lit labs, the investigation took on new urgency. Precision instruments tested chemical fingerprints, seeking hidden threats. The finding was staggering. Up to 48% of the syrup's content was diethylene glycol, a deadly chemical, never meant for human medicine, infamous for causing mass fatalities across decades and continents. It was no minor impurity. It was the equivalent of poison, administered 1 teaspoon at a time. But statistics, as harrowing as they are, cannot capture what it means to lose a child to trusted medicine. Entire rooms become mausoleums of memory, a school bag still packed, favorite sandals by the door, a bed left untouched since that night. Parents recount last words, last hugs, replay each moment, searching in vain for a hint. Where did it all go wrong? Communities rallied to comfort grieving families, but the anguish echoed on, leaving an entire region questioning the very bedrock of their trust in healthcare. If it could happen here, could it happen anywhere? India, often celebrated as the pharmacy of the world, has a pharmaceutical industry worth billions, exporting essential drugs to over 200 countries. This success story is built on unmatched scale, affordability, and reach. But beneath this achievement hides a troubling paradox. Thousands of pharmaceutical units, from gleaming multinational giants to humble workshops in alleyways, form a tangled mosaic. For every state-of-the-art factory, there are dozens more where safety is an afterthought, paperwork is a ritual, and oversight is undermined by sheer numbers. Competition is cutthroat. Margins are wafer thin. In this environment, there are always some ready to gamble with quality, using substandard raw materials, bypassing validation, ignoring critical checks, all to shave costs and chase deadlines. And in this race, the system's weakest points become deadly vulnerabilities. No system is immune to failure. But when the pipeline stretches across state lines, countries, and languages, risk multiplies. India's regulators juggle millions of approvals, thousands of sites, and a tide of paperwork. Routine checks, while diligent, often miss the critical few batches where disaster is hiding. Recalls move through bureaucratic mazes. By the time products are pulled, the damage is often done. Overloaded labs, political pressures, and limited funding all slow the process. The result? Children's medicine that should heal becomes the cause of mourning. How many close calls skirt our attention, never making the headlines? For every tragedy that breaks through, how many near misses go unreported? When disaster strikes, blame seeks a target. Is it the faceless corporate entity, the shadowy owner? Or is it more complicated? In truth, every jar opened, every batch mixed, every record signed stands as a pledge, each professional a guardian of safety, or its last betrayer. Analysts and chemists are not mere cogs. Their vigilance, or their silence, can mean life or death. Inspectors, QA officers, even warehouse keepers, all form the fortress around public health. When pressure mounts, when shortcuts beckon, one overlooked warning, one unchecked lot turns into a headline, sometimes into a funeral. Reform has a name, Schedule M. This set of rules, if followed, promises a new era, validated processes, scrupulous documentation, regular audits, and world-class infrastructure. But every upgrade has a cost, and in the push for profits, some ask for delay after delay. Each deadline extension keeps non-compliant, risky plants running. And each day of delay is a day another tragedy could start brewing unnoticed. How long must families hope for safety that is always just out of reach? How many more need to be lost before deadlines stop moving? It's not technology, or even regulation, that's lacking. It's will. It's culture. When every employee owns the mission of safety, when governments back words with fast action, when the public demands updates and refuses half measures, transformation happens. There are heroes with heart of gold, factory staff refusing to ignore anomalies, analysts insisting on retest, regulators who won't be bribed or bullied. Their courage and integrity are the bricks that rebuild trust, life by life, family by family. These tragedies are not isolated. Each bottle of unsafe medicine has the power to harm not just one home, but communities across state lines, across oceans. Trust is our greatest export. Restore it, and India's pharma future is bright. Squander it, and the price is paid not just in money, but in children, in hope, in lives. If this story moves you, and it must, you have power. Parents, demand transparency, ask questions. Professionals, refuse shortcuts, report lapses. Regulators, act swiftly, publicly, uncompromisingly. Support companies that are truly Schedule M compliant. Remember, change begins not at the top, but with every decision, every question, every refusal to accept good enough. Lives can change with just one story, one moment of awareness, one act of courage. If this video moved you, don't let the message end here. Help us bring the truth to every parent, every healthcare worker, every policymaker. Your voice is louder than you think. Share this video with your friends, family, and networks, because the next child's life saved could be thanks to you. Stay informed, stay safe, and for deep dives on healthcare, pharma ethics, and all things about patient safety, subscribe to Pharmahealth Insights right now and turn on notifications. Together, let's make safe medicine a non-negotiable right, for every child, everywhere. Don't just watch. Be the change. Thank you.